Okay, I figured I'd take a quick video of the car. It's sitting in the garage. I'll give you a quick walk around, but I'm gonna give it a cold start, pull it out in the sun so you can see the car a lot better. Finer details will show up in the sunlight, but as you can see, the car is pretty clean. I mean, it's a really nice example of a Gen 1 Mazdaspeed. Interior's in great shape. Let's see. I'll go ahead. I'll put the windows down just so you can hear the engine, but this is a completely cold start. Extremely loud, especially cold starts, but it'll eventually idle down. But actually, since I'm in the interior, everything works exactly like it should. AC, I mean, it blows cold. Heat works great. It's got this aftermarket radio. It's got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth. It's tied into the controls of the steering wheel. Everything works. As you can see, I'm gonna hit the volume up. You can see skip songs, everything like that. E-brake works. Interior is very, very clean. Only issue is a crack in the center of the dash right there. It's like a straight line. Almost looks like it's meant to be there, but it's not. I guess that's a common problem on the Gen 1 Mazda 3s, just as a whole, not just the Mazdaspeeds. But anyway, the car is running. I'll pop the hood. Actually, I'll just do a quick walk around real quick. Now that it's outside of the garage, you can see the paint. It's in great shape. I mean, you have your typical rock chips. My shadow is going to be in the way, but overall, I mean, it's solid. And I guess since I'm already down here, I'll show you guys the cosmetic issues. The previous owner rolled the fenders and quarters. This fender's in good shape. This quarter, you can see it kind of got flared out a little bit here. There's some scratches on the rear bumper, the hatch. This quarter isn't as bad as the driver's side, but you can tell, you know, it got a little kind of flared out when it was being rolled. This fender has a small dent. But outside of the rock chips and the quarters, I'll try to walk down this body line so you guys can kind of see. I mean, it's pretty straight. There's a small dent up here. I have touch-up paint on it. Most of the rock chips I have touch-up paint on it. I know in the ad, if you guys seen the ad on Facebook, the rear tint was all bubbled up. I removed that. That was a pain in the butt to get off, but back window's clear, so it's ready for tint. So I'll walk down this side for you guys here. See if I can pop this hood with one hand. Here's the engine bay. So a quick rundown. This thing has a BNR S5 turbo. It's tuned by PD Tuning. Will Dawson actually. It's a 93 tune. Peak boost is 22 PSI. I'm gonna turn this car off actually. And AC does work great. It's cold in here. But peak boost is 22 PSI. It's reverse tapered, so it's very, very safe. Gen 2 valve cover. I have the breather cap on it because the Gen 2 valve covers are baffled, if you guys didn't know that. Front mount intercooler, as you can see. I think that it's a 4-inch intake. It's got all the timing components have been replaced recently. I think like maybe 15,000 miles ago. New battery. It's wired up for subs. I just don't have subs in it right now, but the wiring is there. It has max speed and rod coilovers. Not my first pick, but I bought the car with them already. I just have them maxed out. This is as low as the car will drop. The wheels have no curb rash. Paint of the calipers, a cherry metallic red. Almost looks like the Soul Red metallic on the CX5 there. As you can see, we like Mazdas. But yeah, no curb rash. Drilled and slotted rotors. I have these aftermarket side skirts, mud flaps, front lip, minor cosmetic stuff. This is a magnet bra. It actually just comes right off. You can see how easy it is to take off. Let me start here in the body line, but yeah, you just pull it up, off. I just put that on to keep it from getting chipped up with rocks and stuff. The hood has a small, where is it at? Small dent on the edge. Let's see, as far as paint, no clear fade. These cars are usually notorious for the clear coat on the back wing to come off, but this thing's actually solid all the way around. In pictures, they do not do this paint justice. You can actually see the metallic in it. In person, it looks so good, but it almost looks flat white in pictures. Let's see, let me pop this hatch. My brain has went blank, so I'm trying to think of important things to show you guys. But here's the wiring for the subs. Wiper delete. I'm not a big fan of that, actually. I just bought the car, it was already done. The majority of the stuff was already done when I bought the car, and I mean, I've had no issues with it whatsoever. The only thing I really wanted to do with it was go with the Corksport short throw shifter assembly, and I changed out the original shifter knob that he had in it, put this like marbled cue ball. But the only thing I've done in this car since I've had it, I replaced the axle, which I have a video on the removal and installation of that. It was a pain in the butt. And the fan control module, when I bought the car, every time I turn it off, the fan would continue to run. It drained the battery, so that's why there's a new battery. And finally figured out on Gen 1s, the module's part of the actual fan assembly. It's hardwired, but you can actually just split. It's just a power and a ground. You can cut those wires and splice in a Gen 2 fan control module, so that way if the module ever goes bad, you just unplug it and replug it back up. You don't have to sit and resplice everything. So it does have that, and I have a spare one because I mean the one I bought was off Amazon for like $30. I didn't think it was going to work, so I had two just to be on standby. But I mean, ignition's off, fan is off, so I've had no issues with it. I mean, outside of that with this car, I mean, I daily drove it. I've put quite a bit of miles on it. Matter of fact, this car has almost 145,000 miles on it, and the time that I made the ad had 143, so that's a matter of 2,000 miles that I've been driving it. And I bought a new daily. That car is actually a diesel, so I'm putting the miles on that car, trying to keep the miles off this. This thing is in the garage, and it's just taking up space because I have the Jeep parked up there, so if anyone else shows up at the house, they can park over here, but you can see everything's just kind of getting crowded. I really don't want to sell the car, but I mean, I've had no issues. It's been a great car to me. Oh, since we're here, I'll show you guys. This is a XSPower V3 manifold, I believe, and we have the, you can't even see it, but there is a Tial external wastegate, and it has a screamer pop. So when it opens up, it sounds pretty cool. As you guys could hear, this thing is completely straight popped. I think it's 3" all the way back, maybe. Got the carbon fiber exhaust tip there. Oh yeah, LED lights all the way around. Let's see, anything else on the top of my head that's noteworthy? Transmission shift's great. Clutch is great. Has a ACT clutch, Fidanza flywheel. The shifter assembly is stock for the most part, except for a JBR counterweight, that blue thing down there. Has an oil catch can. It does have that. Yeah, I just have a bunch of heat tape wrapped around everything here. Oh yeah, driver side fog light housing is cracked. Not that big of a deal. There's a bunch of part out cars, but for some reason people never want to sell that. For some reason, there's 3 of them local. I've asked all of them to sell that to me. They leave me on red. I don't understand marketplace, but I guess some people don't like making money. And if it's labor intensive, I mean, I'll do the work. I'll remove it. They're getting paid to watch me take it out. But anyways, put the stubby antenna on it so it doesn't look like a little go-kart. I mean, honestly, I haven't really done anything to this car except drive it. I mean, cosmetic stuff. Yeah, I lowered it, put the splitters and stuff on it, mud flaps, whatnot. But the gauges, they are not wired up, but it has a sandwich plate, and it has the sensors already down there. It's just trying to figure out the wiring. I was thinking of maybe routing it. They say you can run it through here. There's like a little grommet. I don't know if it's for the clutch or what, but you can push it through the grommet. And that's the only thing it lacks. Like, I've already wired the gauges up. They have power. And the third gauge, I was thinking of doing a wideband, but you have oil temp and oil pressure. Like I said, the sandwich plate already has the sensors. It's just the wiring, and it comes with the car. But it also has a Cobb Accessport tuner, so you can. When I bought the car, it had a crackle tune. I actually reached out to Will Dawson and told him to remove that because it didn't have a non-crackle tune. So I immediately took that off. I can't stand that, but it's a normal, just 93 octane tune. The car, I mean, runs and drives great. It drives like a stock car, you know, except, of course, in boost. And the external wastegate opens up, you know, right then and there. You know it's not factory. Oh, yeah, the Grimmspeed boost controller. But, I mean, that's pretty much the main highlights. I know most people, when they want to come look at the car, they want to make sure it's in the exact shape that the ad claims it's in. As you guys can see, it's pretty straight, no rust. So I'll show you guys the quarters. Here's the back seats. I didn't want this video to end up being this long, this full of nothing but fluff, but quarters, no rust. I mean, there's surface rust, but I mean, there's no rot. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's a solid car. And in the Facebook ad, you know, originally I wanted $9 grand for this car, but you know, just to help motivate potential buyers, 85, that's my bottom dollar. But I think it's a good car for 8,500. I mean, especially a very clean Mazdaspeed. It's got the BNR S5 turbo. There's definitely a lot more potential for this car. Oh, it has the Autotech high pressure fuel pump internals. That's a really good thing. And I mean, Will Dawson is one of the best Mazdaspeed tuners out there. So I mean, this car is safe. It's reliable. I've had no issues other than an axle, which was just the boot that ripped. The axle didn't even go bad, didn't seize up or anything. Fan control module, that doesn't make or break the car starting and running. It just drained the battery. So if push come to shove, you know, you just unhook the battery, but that's a non-issue now. I mean, the car as it sits, hop in it and drive it. I wouldn't hesitate to drive it anywhere, honestly. I mean, that's basically all I can say about it. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching.